mind. Brahma Chelani, as someone who over the years has been very skeptical of the Chinese, do you believe that 2 years after Galwan, and given what's happened earlier this week in terms of disengagement that's taken place, that this is an appropriate time to at least break the ice?
Well, there are two things we should remember. First, China is playing the long game in the Himalayas through its frenzied buildup of warfare infrastructure. We have seen new security installations, roads, helipads, electronic warfare facilities, dual-use border villages, and other infrastructure coming up. These new and emerging realities hold long-term military implications for India. They go beyond what's happening in Ladakh. Second, which is even more important, China's strategy is to keep India engaged while it quietly contains India. Engagement with containment has been China's strategy much before Xi Jinping became president. So the hype in India over any meeting between the Indian Prime Minister and the Chinese leader plays directly into China's hands. Remember what happened to the Wuhan spirit and the so-called Chennai Connect? It only created self-delusions in India. It is also worth remembering that China is a very skilled negotiator. We are seeing the impact of such skilled negotiations in Ladakh. China first caught India off guard by making several encroachments on Ladakh border areas in April 2020. After that, China has skillfully used lengthy negotiations to take India round and round the mulberry bush and eventually compel India to accept realignment of the Ladakh frontier in 4 different areas. China so far has refused to discuss with India its biggest and deepest encroachments in Devsang and Demchok. But it has hoisted buffer zones in 4 other areas that it encroached upon. And these buffer zones have come up largely on land that India considers its own territory. And each buffer formalizes a changed territorial status quo to China's military advantage.
No, but should we not send the message therefore to the Chinese, use this occasion to say that it will no longer be business as usual? I'm showing those pictures from a few years ago when Prime Minister Modi took President Xi to Ahmedabad and there was this bonhomie and the Ahmedabad spirit. Are you saying that until we get commitments on Depsang, on Demchok, we don't move ahead? Is that what you're saying, Professor Chelani?
Well, first, it's already business as usual. In the 28 months since the Chinese encroachments occurred, despite their ongoing Chinese border aggression, we have allowed Chinese trade surplus with India to spiral to such an extent that last year it overtook India's total defense spending. In a way, India is rewarding China. Far from imposing any costs on China for its aggression, India is letting China have its cake and eat it too.